Hello my beautiful people, this is Shreya Kaushik and welcome to my YouTube channel Swaying with the Soul. Here in this video, we'll be talking about 9 different types of intelligence. But before we proceed, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon for any new notification. And if you want to know your type, then watch this video till the end and get to know which smart are you. And let me tell you one thing, when you start listening to these, you might think like you have 2-3 types of intelligence, as this happened to me. Don't miss the last one, and it has been recently identified and included in the types of intelligence. Logical reasoning, logic smart. Calculating, classifying and finding patterns. The one who like to experiment, solve puzzles and identify relationships. You light up the idea of a deductive reasoning exercise. This is the most highly regarded intelligence in traditional education, so you've probably done well in school. People with logical reasoning mostly become scientists, computer programmers, inventors. And if you want to cultivate logical reasoning intelligence, you should start playing logic and pattern games like Sudoku, organize a collection, develop and prove a hypothesis, find a pattern in a poem. VerbalLinguistic, that is, word smart. You learn best through reading, writing, listening and speaking. You probably enjoy writing poetry and stories. You're good at identifying grammar errors and you may have a talent for learning new languages. This is traditionally one of the most highly prized intelligence in education systems worldwide, meaning it's likely that you have been successful in your scholarly pursuits. If you want to cultivate verbal linguistic intelligence, start writing in a journal. Play word games like Scrabbles, crossword puzzles, read more books and debate issues more often. People with this kind of abilities mostly become writers, public speakers, lawyers, etc. Visual spatial, that is, picture smart. You have an excellent ability to draw, visualize and design. You benefit greatly from having access to pictures, diagrams and other visual aids. You enjoy puzzles and mazes and you can visualize and manipulate objects with your mind's eye. People with visual spatial capabilities mostly become architects, computer scientists, designers, etc. To cultivate visual spatial intelligence, take a photography or a drawing class, draw mind maps of your plans and ideas and do puzzles and mazes for fun. Bodily kinesthetic, that is, body smart. You learn best through touch and movement. You process information through the body and may have fine-tuned motor skills. People probably say that you're well coordinated and athletic. You usually need to do something to remember it, and you may have a hard time working at a desk all day. People with this kind of intelligence mostly become dancers, actors, construction workers, etc. And if you want to cultivate bodily kinesthetic intelligence, start doing physical activities, manipulate objects, using fine and gross motor skills, build things, be creative. Auditory musical, sound smart. You understand and appreciate the art of music. You do well at listening, composing and performing music. You use rhythms and patterns to understand things. You can probably remember and even replicate a sound or listening passage you have only heard once. To cultivate auditory musical intelligence, start listening to music while studying, connect to music to a lesson, write a short song. This kind of people mostly become composers, DJs, band directors, singers. Interpersonal, that is, people smart. You enjoy socializing, sharing, conducting interviews and cooperating. People may consider you extroverted and empathetic to others. You're an excellent group leader and team player. People with this kind of abilities are mostly become politicians, teachers, social workers, counselors. And if you want to cultivate interpersonal intelligence, engage in group activities, volunteer for community service, teach a class or friend something. I found this one quite interesting. This is intrapersonal, that is, self-smart. Intrapersonal intelligent people are highly skilled at understanding themselves. You are introspective, independent and self-motivated. You learn best by working alone and setting individual goals. People with this kind of capabilities they mostly become psychologists, poets and therapists. And if you want to cultivate interpersonal intelligence, keep a daily journal, read self-help books, imagine yourself in other people's shoes. Naturalistic, that is, nature smart. Naturalistic learners feel a connection to the earth. You learn by working with nature. People may say you have a green thumb or you are an animal whisperer. In school, you have always loved having class outside, and you may have engaged in hobbies such as bird watching and rock collecting. This kind of people mostly become zookeepers, conservationists, etc. And if you want to cultivate this kind of intelligence, keep a nature journal, start a small garden, go outside for everyday activities, take care of pets, and most importantly, become friends with nature. Last but not the least, and this one is my favorite, that is existential, spirit smart. This intelligence has only recently been identified and was not included in the scoring of this quiz. It is the ability to deal with big questions of human existence and metaphysics. People may say that you have a sixth sense, a strong aura, or an old soul. No matter your age, you give off a feeling of inner peace and wisdom. People with this kind of intelligence mostly become shamans, yogi, clergymen, psychic, philosophers. And if you want to cultivate this kind of existential intelligence, start practicing meditation. Write down some big questions and write down the answers that come to you naturally. So this is it. By now, you must have found out your type. So let me know in the comment section. This would be fun. And share the video with your family and friends and play this interesting and fun quiz, finding out what type of intelligence they have. Stay tuned for more fun and interesting facts coming up in the next video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. You're awesome. Love yourself.